Hey guys, today we are in my buddy John's shop. We're going to be working on the Nismo. We got the coilovers somewhere right there on the ground. Picked these up probably a month or so ago. Found them on Marketplace for a super good deal. So we're going to go ahead, throw these on. We've already started getting to it. I found a vice grip on the top and a ratcheting wrench is key, and so we're busting those loose. So we're gonna go ahead, get the tops loosed, get it up in the air, then we'll show you what's going on underneath. Alright, so we went ahead, got down inside here, and you can see the tops. And you can see they're just in these pockets. You'll need to pull your trunk liner away. Has these metal clips which you kind of have to get off of that edge just right there, and then you'll have your clips right there. Once you get those out, fold this one out. I suggest doing these. You'll take your caps off, and now we should be able to go and get everything, the rest of it, done from the bottom. So let's go ahead, get this lifted up, and yeah, once we get it lifted up, it should be fairly easy to get the swap over, and then it's on to just setting right height. I guess before I lift it up, I'm gonna go ahead and just get a quick measurement on both sides, just so we have a baseline and a reference. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead, get sort of a baseline. It's about 27, and then, yeah, we'll just call it 27 and a 16th. So, what is this side? Just under 27, 26 and 7/8. So, we are a little bit taller on the passenger side. So, we'll call that about 27. We'll go from there.
What's enough?
Yep.
4 bolts on the back. Mm-hmm. A brake line, an ABS sensor, and the whole thing should come off.
Yeah, so didn't record it, but the springs are out.
You forgot to record that.
Yeah, I always forget to hit the button. Yeah, it went up a little higher. We got the struts out of the top, and now all we got to do is undo a couple of bolts with the Ugga Dugga machine, and we should be good. So we're gonna get the one right there and the one right there. Now on the thingy, wipe all these guys off. You gotta get the right socket. So, who knows? I got an 18 on. Yeah, got them on coming up. It wasn't. Look at that. We got the one. Good. Let's get the other side. Just like that. So, I think we need this washer, spacer, and replace needed stuff on the DCs. The other stuff can stay in there. So, up here, got our bump stop, got our sleeve. We're going to take these washers and the bottom rubber and remove our adjuster, and then we're going to put those on like so. This can go back up into the body. We'll be able to use an Allen key to tighten it, and then put our nut, put our other rubber, our washer, and then our nut on the top here. So let's go ahead and get those checked. We're gonna check the length with these ones, get them close, and yeah.
What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be.
Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead, put this back in, get the nut on the top again. So, to do so, I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it by myself. We'll find out. Put this up through the top now. I'm just gonna set it on top of there with it poking through. As long as I don't let the thing down beforehand, should be good. Actually went a lot easier than I was hoping. Now, pull that off and tilt to the side so it doesn't bind up. Repeat that same on the other side. Before we do this one, we're gonna remove our dampening adjuster. Also, your kit will come with the Allen key needed to hold the top, so that's good. Good thing, Brett.
He wouldn't even say my name because he's like,
So here I get out the springs and I'm just going to set the ride height. Just want to check the coils versus the stock coils. There's a major difference because of the spring rates and stuff. So just inspecting, because it's the first time I've installed these BC coils, so just getting a overall look. The actual metal bracket mounts on the top side of the vehicle, and the locking rings come with like a weird sticker. I'd suggest taking them off before you adjust them like I do, but yeah. So basically, since I didn't know exactly where it would land because it didn't actually line up, I figured I'd just max it out all the way, and then I come back and adjust the coils later. We'll go ahead, do the same for this one. Get it within the zone that we're after.
well, it was 2,000. Yeah. It's all like,
If you want to, you probably can break that sticker and unjam them, but they're not really locked too well right now. So I'm able to kind of move them all at the same time. But yeah, going fairly well, and we should be able to get the other side tucked in. And we'll align the lower strut and release pressure. that one pretty successful. They're all in. They're adjusted for the most part. We'll probably get back in and tinker with them. We're gonna do some counterbalancing and yeah, see how it all sits. Alright, so just the balance tank. Cool. Got them in there. Sorry, it's all gotcha, so it's chilling right in here. Got our thing. Gonna put our Allen key on the top of those and tighten those both down. And that should be the rear, other than just setting the adjustments. So we got all the stuff tightened down. Now we can fully let the car down, see where it sits, and make our height adjustments from there. It's pretty nice. Got that one. Got that one. I definitely suggest a wrench like this so you can put the Allen key through and be able to tighten your nuts or take them off when you need to. That made that a ton easier. So now we're gonna go ahead, lower the rear all the way down, make our little bit of adjustments to the height, and then we'll switch to the front. Got it all dialed in-ish. Well, not dialed, but we've got it on, got it in place. We're checking, we're setting preload. And the way that I understand how to set preload on these separate ones, I understand a traditional coilover like what we have on the front, but on these rears, you have your adjustment here and you have your adjustment here. So according to the instructions, you want to, first of all, you want to get everything just in and then start doing this. Trying to adjust them on the bench or off, your measurements are going to be weird because this has a measurement, and I found it's easiest to take my tape measurement off of the flat surface here to either side of the collar, whichever you want to base it off of. Just make sure you're doing it equally on that side. And then for the actual strut and the adjustment on that one, I've been taking the tape and pulling the measurement from the top flange up here all the way down the shock body and setting it to the top of the lower mount. So I'm going to be setting them at about 10 inches on mine to start, and then you want that set at 10 inches. And with this, when you adjust the shock down, you're actually pulling this up. So you want to readjust these and then have them a little bit loose. Get this set first, and then you want to bring your perches down and get this nice and taut, which is just, see how it's got a little bit, there's a little wiggle. You want it just a little bit tighter than that, and then you can start setting your 3 to 5 millimeters of preload. So we're gonna go ahead, get that all dialed in, and do it on the same side, and then we'll lower it down and see how it sits. Alright, so we got the car on the ground now to check. Our ride height was 27 inches before. I wanted to drop it about 1/4 of an inch, because technically this car still does my daily duties. So 26 3/4. So we got in the zone. So we're gonna leave the rear for now until we get it on the scales, and then we'll corner balance it out from there. So now we're gonna jump over, try and get the front done. All right, so it's been a minute. we had a little bit. We went ahead, we got the fronts installed. Biggest pain is the inner nut on the sway bar end link. Just go ahead. If you can get an extension with a wobbly, you can kind of shoot it off in front of the transmission, or there's a little gap over on the other side. But I highly suggest getting an impact to help with that. And then you have your bolts up there. Stock ones are 13s, new ones are 12s. So what we're gonna do now is go ahead, get the wheels and tires on, check ride height, set ride height to where we want, take it over, get it corner balanced on the scales, and then we will give it a quick alignment. Alright, so got it on the scale. It's lighter than I thought it was, even though it's heavier than my B15s for sure. Last time I weighed my red B15 before lots of weight reduction, it was 2880, and this one is on all the scales. We're good here. You can see 3,000 pounds, 61% front weight bias. Is that what we got going on here? 61.2.
Yeah.
Okay, the front's closely balanced-ish. It's a little way heavier on the driver's side, so maybe we'll work out those by adjusting the heights and getting it dialed in that way. So let's see what we can do. Should be pretty sweet. And then we'll be able to see how they ride. We'll take it back out, hopefully sign ourselves up for a track day. Been thinking about taking this back out to UMC again, now that I got the coilovers on, and seeing how it compared to the lowering springs. So, okay, so we were able to get it all good, and we got the numbers. Can see it without me in it, and then we ran the numbers with me sitting in it. We had to adjust the driver rear, but we were able to get pretty good balance on the cross weights from the front to the rear. Other than that, we're just goofing around, checking out the settings, seeing what we can do on the Nismo. Knowing what we know now, throwing a good alignment on this car and then taking it to the track should be pretty fun. So that way we can, see how it does, see how it gets down. So let's go ahead. We're gonna throw it up on the alignment rack again and get the actual alignment done now that the weights are where they're supposed to be. Cool. All right, so just got done. Car's up on the lift again. Getting that. So we're gonna set it at that for now. And I think that's pretty much it. So now we're gonna get it off, take it home. Well guys, we made it back home. Car did wonderful. It's looking good. Suspension felt great. I'm excited to have it all corner balanced. All I gotta say is that, yeah, changing them wasn't actually too bad. Getting the coilover set up, getting the preload set, I kind of just, did what I thought would be good, based it off of the stock suspension, because I was trying to go for about the same ride height, with the springs being a little bit stiffer. You kind of got to go, I don't know, I would say take your ride height and match it, and then take about an inch out of the coilovers, and that's what seemed to be fairly even for mine. And so, yeah, because the stock struts or whatever compress a little bit further, where the stiffer spring stays there. Other than that, I got no complaints. Balancing looks fine. Like I said, it's sitting pretty good. I didn't want it too low. I was trying to mimic where we were sitting before. Got just ever so slightly a little bit of a rake towards the front, which isn't bad. But yeah, we're able to get that balanced out pretty good. Spec sheet, I took a video or a picture of that. It's basically 49% cross weight from this corner to that corner and that corner to that corner, which is, 50% is good. So 49.9, it's not too shabby, and that's with the driver in the car. For those that stayed to the end of this video, I don't know how long it's going to be. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.